Hey buddies, welcome to AmassGames. My name's Simon. Today I'm doing how to set up, play and review for the game The Detective Society, and in particular, The Cursed Exhibition, and this is episode 1. Now, I have done an unboxing trailer preview overview video, so we'll be doing a little bit more than that today. It'll be spoiler free. I've deliberately kept it spoiler free so I can show you some stuff in here. And this is very much an escape room in a box, or in this case an envelope, very, very slim. It goes through the letterbox, as you may recall, this is how it arrived. So we have this thing here, there's a padlock on it. I'm actually opening it from the back. As you can see, I've reset everything. And yeah, there has been something that's gone on. As you can see, that's now empty. We have a visitor map for this location. By all means, you could probably go and check that out now. And yeah, some interesting stuff going on here. There's this map about this museum, and obviously various locations around this museum too. And in this particular game, to set this game up, you're going to have this to look at. You're going to have these stickers to look at. It talks about sticking them on here. And here we go. Begin your investigation here. So you're going to open this up. Remember, it's not spoiler-free. Sorry, this is spoiler-free. And information here about who you are, what you're trying to do. Someone has died, and you're trying to figure out where a certain item has gone. You'll then have a QR code, which you can then go through to. And what you'll do from that is be listening to watching someone talk about the exhibit, about this murder, and speaking to the curator. He'll help you with basically understanding what's going on, and then email address that you then need to email with the answer to where on earth whatever it might be that you're trying to discover has gone. So here we have it. We have some information here, quite thick paper as well, which is nice. And then we have this information here too. So we've got information here about the City of Manchester Police. I did play this with someone else. I started playing it solo for quite some time. And I'll talk to you about it in a little bit. But basically, the person I was playing with came along and went, wow, that actually looks like it's real. And yes, it's very impressive how effective that is. And I mean, there are lots of other different kind of escape room companies and brands. You have obviously Exits, which is German designers, Ingram Marcus Brandt. You also have other designers for games such as Unlock, which is generally French. And then other ones too, such as Undo, which is German. You've got other ones which are typically either Polish or German as well, or French, lots of the French and Polish ones, such as Escape Tales. And I'll talk to you about the complexity on these as well, like difficulty of the puzzles. So you have these evidence logs. So I happen to use a spreadsheet to do that. You don't have to, but I chose to use a spreadsheet. There's something to be aware of, but I'm going to stick that back in there for the time being. Some more information about someone else, so more information and more people. Then we have some evidence. So in terms of this evidence, you're now thinking, okay, well, this is all the stuff you can open. It's all part of your starting stuff. But the reason why I want to show you is the components. You have got this cleaning cloth. So you've actually got some really cool pieces and stuff, which you might want to do stuff with. You have got more stuff going on here. Like I said, they've got a good printer at this museum, as well as the police. You've got some photographs here that you can go through. So you've got more information. You've then also got in here, you've got a pencil, obviously from this museum, and then you've also got this measuring tape. So lots of stuff. And of course, once you finish with this game, as you can see, I've finished with it. Everything's still there. You've got yourself a free pencil, cleaning cloth, all the rest. In fact, I might use this as well in a moment. So lots of really cool bits and pieces. So what do I think of the game? Well, I thought I knew what the answer was for the first bit that I need to try and solve. The first thing I'm trying to do is find the relevant combination for this, because as you will discover, and it is part of the initial setup, Claudia has quickly changed the combination. And I thought, okay, I've laid everything out. I think I'm going to figure stuff out here. And ultimately, I was out by 1 digit. And I went off and found 82 other different ways of having a viable combination. And I have mentioned this before, and it's not a spoiler. Of course, things like this you may want to visit. And there are email addresses and stuff that also you may want to email, you might want to text people. So it's all quite cool. And if you're worried about texting, you can use WhatsApp. I chose to use text in this instance. And so what do I think of the game? Well, like I said, as with any escape room, there's only one answer. And I can say this is definitely, I kind of saw if are there any other possibilities. No, it's one certain answer, and that works very effectively. I did try out the clues to try that out. So I tried out the very first clue, about 6 for each particular part of the thing you're trying to discover. And they are very, very gradual clues, even more gradual than Exit. So really, really simplistic stuff. And I did try out the second clue, and I thought, no, we've already done that correctly as well. That's not an issue whatsoever. And anyway, managed to get it to work. The actual thing they're trying to create, like I said, that one digit, I thought was a little tricky to kind of really figure out that is exactly what it represented. So that one digit, there was 3 or 4 other ones I thought it could have been, but there's a specific thing where it's not clear how you could maybe have got to that. The second part of it felt a bit easier, but equally, I like the flow of it. Like I said, I used a spreadsheet. I thought that was very, I personally felt it important, but others necessarily might not have done. I like the combinations. That's the classic thing I find with escape rooms. You've got 3 tiers to things. There's, okay, so you basically got, let's say, A, B, C, D, E, and it's now offset, so it's M, N, O, P, all that kind of stuff. That's level 1 offset. Then you have a second offset in most escape rooms, and then typically have a third. This also has 3. So I find them all typically have 3 levels of breakage that you're trying to get to discover all these different puzzles. Well, how do I rank this compared to the others? Well, as I said about the other ones being other nationalities, I don't know if this is just because it's British, but I laughed a lot. I found this very funny. There were some very funny moments. I constantly kept laughing. Go to the website and you'll see stuff there as well. There's another funny bit, which I think is just on here. I don't know how much they wanted to put on here as opposed to other areas, but it's just very funny. There's a lot of interactive stuff on the, I mean, this is a small thing. It's not that funny, this one, but you know, we have the most unrivaled collection in the world, as far as we know, but don't tell us if we're wrong. So there's just this kind of funny stuff going on. Lots more funny stuff, way funnier than that. It's just very funny. And that was a lot of fun. That level of immersion as well. Plus this very cool bag here. Obviously a proper padlock. We're not dealing any apps. Of course, there is an app element. You do have obviously that interactive video, or it is that video that you're watching, which of course I had to hire an actor for and whatnot. So it's more than just cardboard in a box. You've got all this kind of really cool stuff. Plus, obviously, some illustrations like this and all the rest, but still very interesting. In fact, using stickers as well. It's very cool, high production quality. I was really impressed. I'm currently giving this a 9 out of 10. Now, this is only the first thing. It's standalone, in my opinion. You can play one, you don't have to play anymore. But I'll be very keen to actually rank them and see how does this pan out. Does it get even more interesting? Because a 9 out of 10 rating is very high for me. We're only talking about in the top 5% of all games I've ever played. So it's very highly rated. I am crushed to know that I spent so long getting around to this one, partially because at the time there wasn't a BGG listing, and also, as with everything, until you've played a game for the first time, you don't know. But this is way up that list now of things I'm keen to try out and just see a little bit more about, you know, how much more variety there could be, as I think this is season 3. And like I said, this is the first one. Now, there is a Reddit page, there's a Facebook group page. I have joined that Facebook group page actually now, because I thought I might try and ask clues there. The Reddit page didn't have too much goings on. And the emailing that you do and the texting you do and stuff like that, as you can imagine, it's kind of rules-based. And it wasn't, when it gets going, it's good. There's certain things that I don't know if anything does trigger anything, but I was only getting certain responses from certain things, which was fine, and I managed to solve it. I managed to solve the final part of it. I actually solved very easily or very swiftly, but of course you need your logic, and that's whereby it tries to make sure you do things one bit at a time. So very interesting. Like I said, this is the Detective Society. I was a bit worried about the name initially because there's another game called Detective whereby you go on websites and stuff and do other stuff, and I thought, is it going to stand out? Because that's a strong brand to try and compete against when there's other names with detective in it, but actually works very effectively. And there's some still more interactive stuff I don't want to talk about currently, but that's, again, very interesting, whereby I do really now feel a part of the Detective Society. Of course, you get that badge as well, and it's been very cool. So very looking forward to see, obviously, what else is out there, and looking forward to telling you how that goes, and of course doing some rankings, as well as doing further rankings, and along with, of course, how this rates to these other games in future. Aside of that, please, of course, hit the like button, share, subscribe, check out the comments, and of course the description, whereby you can follow over 2,200 photos on Instagram and support the channel via Patreon. Well, thanks very much. I look forward to speaking to you again soon. You can get this monthly. I don't know how long that's going to go on for, but yeah, like I said, very interesting and a nice concept and a nice discovery at the UK Games Expo. Speak to you soon.